Many of us have been touched by Alzheimer's disease and may be concerned about getting it ourselves. But the good news is scientific studies over the last few decades have led to the discovery of dozens of lifestyle choices that can cause Alzheimer's. On this week's episode of Healthy Living on the CBN News Channel, Dr. Colbert discusses some of the health choices we can make to help prevent this brain disease.
One of the main causes of Alzheimer's is insulin resistance of the brain. And the best program to go on to reverse that is simply a healthy keto diet. I have found that about 95% of the keto diets are unhealthy. They have lots of inflammatory fats in them, lots of saturated fats. And by the way, if you have the ApoE4 gene, you have that ApoE4 gene carries that saturated fats, and you're prone to high cholesterol. So you're real prone to super high cholesterols if you have the ApoE4 gene. So what we have to do is we have to put you on a healthy keto diet, which I'll discuss in detail in my Beyond Keto diet, which is simply a plant-based diet with healthy proteins, healthy fats like high polyphenol, olive oil, a lot of fish oil, avocado oil, a lot of nuts, and healthy fats. We load the body with healthy fats, a lot of green veggies, a lot of fiber, and some healthy protein choices, mainly your fatty, low-mercury fish, your chicken, your turkey, and minimal red meat and minimal saturated fats. And we cut out the high fat, the butter, the cream, the coconut oil, the cheese, all of those unhealthy fats that raise cholesterol levels. So it's a simple diet. We have wonderful tasting recipes, and people get used to it, and they say, "Oh, I'll be starving." No, you won't. If you start, I carry my olive oil. If I go to a restaurant, my high polyphenol olive oil, I'll put that on my food, on my veggies, on my salad. And it is so filling, but it's so healthy for the brain, and especially fish oil. Because one of the key things we find with any kind of Alzheimer's or memory loss is they need that healthy brain fat. 90% of the omega-3s in the brain is DHA from fatty fish. And you want DHA, fish oil, for the brain, and those with ApoE gene need more DHA. So again, there's critical things. The most important, though, is lowering homocysteine levels. Homocysteine, most doctors never check for it. And if they check for it, the normal range is usually less than 14. If your number's 14, if it's over 10, you're in trouble. You're getting brain degeneration, and you've got to get that homocysteine below 10 and preferably below 7. And it is so simple and cheap to do. You simply use the active form of the folic acid, of the B12, use the trimethylglycine, as well as some people need to stop or decrease their coffee and switch to tea. For some reason, coffee boosts the homocysteine level. So again, I have all this in my book, and I have my own product line. I have the Brain's Own Basic that has all the active forms of the B vitamins and trimethylglycine and the curcumin and turmeric. I have the advanced Brain's Own product that contains the 7,8-dihydroxyflavone that actually increases brain-derived neurotrophic factor that's like miracle grow for the brain, as well as the lion's mane mushroom, as well as a little bit of lithium. And it has the citicoline, which provides raw material to make the memory neurotransmitter acetylcholine. So again, this is all critically important trophic factors for the brain. And we want to get that beta amyloid down. The thing that helps lower that beta amyloid more than anything, I stress to people, is regular exercise, especially aerobic exercise. That's why I emphasize exercise is the critical thing to literally lower that beta amyloid, as well as intermittent fasting. And I do this every night. If you have the ApoE gene, we recommend 16 hours a night. If you don't have the ApoE, at least 14 hours a night. And people say, "I can't fast 14 or 16 hours. Yes, you can. Here's how you do it. You simply eat your last meal at around 5 or 6. And then later that evening, you take a heaping teaspoon of fiber. You can use psyllium husk fiber. If you hate the taste, use my Fiber Zone that tastes delicious. In 4 to 8 ounces of cold water. It has no calories in it. It fills you up. It helps balance the blood sugar, and it also lowers cholesterol beautifully. But it enables you to get that 14 to 16 hours intermittent fasting. When you have that 14 to 16 hours of intermittent fasting, all of a sudden your brain goes into self-cleaning mode. Your body literally starts to break down the beta amyloid. It also will help to recycle the worn out mitochondria, the worn out proteins, and it'll literally take it and form new mitochondria, new proteins, which help to activate the mitochondria for brain energy and improve memory.
And the good doctor shared many other lifestyle moves you can make to prevent getting Alzheimer's, dementia, or other cognitive declines. You can check those out this evening on Healthy Living with Lori Johnson on the CBN News Channel. It begins at 8:30 Eastern. You can also find it on the CBN News app.